All right, it's the end of the month and I'm ready to do my little update on my monthly resolutions. So starting with my axe and knife throwing, I have to admit with a lot of other priorities over this month, I wasn't consistent doing this every single day, but we'll give it a shot today just to kind of record progress. Safety glasses on. Little Bill Nye thing there. All right, and start with the axes. That's usually the one that causes me trouble. All right, so got my spot. Actually, I'm not using the glove for the axes. I'm just using that for the knives since it doesn't have the paracord anymore. And right back at me. 2. 3. Ooh, same hole. It is about time to change out my boards. So some won't stick very well unless they get perfect in there in the rough spots. I'm counting that one. That's cool. I think that's 20, but yeah, doing much better on a little streak. Of course, I just said that, so I'm gonna jinx it. All right, I think that's at least 50. Yeah, still need to improve the wrapping for this one. Got the paracord on there, but it slides across it every time I throw. Definitely need to replace that board. I do have some boards, but it hasn't got to the point where I'm ready to replace yet. All right, so now switching to the knives, which since I don't have the paracord on there, these little cut ends for the handle, those tend to hurt my hand. if I don't wear a glove. So I'm still wearing at least the right glove for that. All right, stand a little bit closer. All right, we'll go for another 50 with the knives. See if I can remember the technique I was consistent with here. Off to a good start. A little high though. Got to stretch for that one. All right, had to miss eventually. And since that one came back. Yeah, and I need to get new knives too. Some of these, the points have taken some damage. They're kind of blunted. I don't know if sharpening would really help at this point. Ooh, noisy. Nice grouping. That's 20. Yeah, knew that was wrong when I threw it. Pretty sure this got me back at 24, which keep my multiples of 3. Or not. Bullseye. All right, 30. Ooh, nice spark on that one. Hope the camera picked that up. 40. $47. Now the pressure's on to get all 3 on this last throw. All right, let's get all 3. Oh. And a bullseye. And on a good note. All right, so that's status update for my throwing practice for April. I'm going to continue this. I'm still having fun with the throwing, so probably not much content during the month, but I'll do another update at the end of the month to show my progress. Definitely improved, and time for exercise now. Yeah, that's going to be the harder one since I haven't been doing that one every day. All right, so let me pause there and get set up in the basement. All right, I got a busy day going to a Mika concert tonight, so trying to get all my exercises, all my videos, all my updates on everything done today. So let's get to it. All right, okay. Again, the phone is my timer usually, so we'll just have to make do and I'll just see how long I can go. All right, and we're off. All right. Yeah, I could go longer, but I think that's at least my minute. And since I just got the new DJI Mic Mini, let's go ahead and we'll take that off while I'm exercising. Here goes 100. All right, 100 crunches done. All right, that's my 100 crunches. Time for the jump rope. All right, let's try this from a new angle here. All right, so gonna do my jump rope. I'm just gonna go as long as I feel comfortable doing it. Just see what kind of time I get. All right, here goes. All right, I actually feel like I could keep going a lot longer on those, but whew, feeling it. Yeah, usually the thing that stops me, let me grab the mic. Yeah, so I could definitely go longer with those, but the thing that usually gets me is my calves start cramping up from all the bouncing up and down, but that didn't kick in this time, so just kept going. All right, I'm catching my breath a little bit. Go do the dead hangs. Whew, fun times. All right, went ahead and attached the microphone. Since there's not a lot of movement, I'm just hanging for this one. Pretty much caught my breath, but the way I've been doing this just for consistency, I'm still winded when I'm starting is kind of how I've been practicing it every night. Well, not every night this month, but trying to get back to it. A lot more active over April, a lot going on. So I just wasn't able to get consistent every night. All right, am I talking to share or am I stalling at this point? All right. Yeah, I'm not sure how long I'm gonna go with this one, but I'm gonna try to go as long as I can hold a grip. All right, here goes. All right. Whew. Yeah, gotta keep working that hand strength, keep that grip going. All right, but that's it for my exercise check-in. I'll time that and have the details down in the little captions at the bottom. All right, so I guess next up is guitar practice. So gonna get switched up, get everything upstairs, wipe the sweat off, and be ready to practice a little guitar. All right, having fun. All right, let's see how this goes with the new mic. Yeah, I've got the pick, and unfortunately I haven't learned any songs to share with anybody just yet. I've been kind of doing my own little practicing, but see, I got the earbud in my ear, so if I'm using the guitar app, I can hear the music, the singing and everything for the songs that I'm practicing. I can hear that through the earbud. Can't really do that in this video format for my update. So let's lose the pick, and just I guess I can do some of the strumming kind of thing that I was doing last month. Just kind of show that I'm kind of progressing with that. It's a little bit cleaner, getting a little bit creative with some of the things I'm doing. And I'll just record for a little while and pick out whatever sounds good enough to share with you guys. All right, let's go. You know what? I'm gonna pause there, tune the guitar, and then we'll come back and try again. for a few more minutes. I'll get something good. Or try to. Still learning. Not good at all yet. Yeah, a little variation I've been trying. Let's see how this one goes. All right. Yeah, not really sure with the guitar what's worth sharing to go with progress, because I'm not really doing too much that's musical or really showing any expertise at all yet. Still learning the basic things, building up the calluses on my fingertips, and just having fun with it. I know this is something I'm going to be working on for months and years to get even decent at it, and still have to keep practicing to maintain that skill once I develop it. So just going to keep working on it, having fun with it, and just make that part of my daily routine to work on my monthly resolutions for this year. All right, well, hopefully I found something worth sharing there, and it's not just me introing and then exiting with no music in between. Okay, so with guitar out of the way, give me a second to put this away, and I can share some of my other things that I'm working on for this month, or that I was working on for April. Okay, with the guitar put away, I'm just going to go through some of the other things that I was working on in April. All right, with the guitar put out of the way, throwing practice and exercises done, I can go through the rest of the things. I've got my little tracking sheet here that I created for April, but I never actually filled it in. But it does give me the topics of the resolution, so it's a nice little review here. So I got the exercises, so doing planks, crunches, jump rope, and hangs. I'll record the times and see how well I did for that one. Reading, I'm still going to the library constantly, reading a lot of stuff online. I've been taking pictures of my stacks of books before I take them back to the library, just kind of record that. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to share out kind of all the books I'm reading on my actual business website. I'll provide a link once all that's there, or you can just look at the description for my channel, and the link for that page, or for that website is there for the evergreengrowthjourney.com. So reading is continuing, still working on speed reading, and just lots of research, so reading a lot of things. Knots, I do have my bow ties, so I've been practicing with those. I haven't got to the point where I want to make the video. I've done some practice ones, kind of wearing a t-shirt, but I need to wear the nice shirt and create it where I'm actually showing the technique, but that's coming along. Enjoying learning how to tie a bow tie. Also got lots of ropes, so practicing tying lots of other knots. A lot of those focused on the garden, so that's probably where I'm going to go for May. I'm thinking I'm going to do some knots that are useful in the garden. So I'll make a video kind of going along with the resolution to learn more knots, and I'll learn some practical ones for the garden and share those out. You can see behind me, also with the gardening, is I did a video on the bottle planters. So I just took a 20-ounce Diet Mountain Dew bottle, my favorite thing to drink. Not sponsored, but yeah, that'd be cool. So just kind of cutting that, those two pieces go together, make a hole in the top, run the twine through it, put water in the bottom, soil in the top, and as I'm showing some more updates on my garden, you can see how I'm using those in the garden. I'm also using them for seedlings. They're really nice just to keep water in there, not have to worry about watering it every day. It maintains the right moisture. So got a lot of those. Yeah, I'll share that once I do the gardening stuff, but I'm making a lot of them, and I'll show you why once I get out to the garden later. Lots of other gardening stuff now that it's gotten warmer. Got a lot of seeds in the ground, a lot of projects out there, so I'll be sharing, and that'll be mostly what's on my channel is focused on the garden, especially now that we're in warmer weather. Finally got through that last frost. I was able to protect my plants that I already had in the ground, and thankfully didn't lose anything. There's just like one surprise frost right there. It was already past the date that Farmer's Almanac said it was the last date for the frost in this area. But got through that okay, and just been adding plants ever since. Some of my seedlings didn't survive once they got transplanted into the soil, so I'm gonna have to replant some of those. Probably just start them straight into the ground instead of seedlings at this point. But yeah, lots going on with the garden. A lot of projects out there. I've also got a chaos wildflower garden in the front yard that I need to keep working on that. I have a video that I'm making for my 2025 garden, what I did in the first year with gardening. And that's just taken a lot of work to put it together, because it's all photos. I didn't have a YouTube channel. I was sharing out photos with family and coworkers, and that worked fine when it was text messages and I was sending pictures. But now that I'm putting together a video to kind of showcase everything I've done and how my garden has evolved, it's just photos. So I'm trying to make it to where it's not just a slideshow. I'm trying to make it entertaining, educational to a degree, hopefully. And so, yeah, it's putting a lot of time into that. I'm hoping that'll come out in the next few days. If I have time over this weekend, hopefully it'll be ready by the end of the weekend and I'll get it out this week. And we'll be doing the same kind of thing for out in the garden. But there I'll have a chance to actually be filming some video to go along with it. So it's, kind of live progress of how my garden's going this year, and showing all the things I'm learning, all the mistakes I'm making. Because, yeah, as I've always said on this channel, I'm not an expert in any of this. That's part of the reason why I'm doing it, is to learn these things that I'm going to need to know to be a farmer someday, and just things I'm interested in, sharing out how I'm learning it, the mistakes I'm making, and hopefully if you're watching this and you want to learn the same things, it helps you, or maybe you can apply the same kind of lessons learned to other skills that you're learning. Let's see, from my sheet, the other big thing is the farming. I'm still trying to make sure that I'm solid to move to South Carolina at some point. But things are moving along that my daughter will have an apartment down there, so we'll have a place to stay when we go down and look for property. So yeah, I think that'll move pretty quickly once we get into the fall time. Let's see, what else have we got here? Yeah, YouTube, I guess, is the last big thing. Oh, wait, before I switch topics, let me show you. I don't know if I've shared this yet, but this is my plan for my garden. Yeah, there'll be a lot more details that I share once I'm doing the gardening video, but yeah, this is my plan for my garden. Yeah, I've got every little area covered there, what's going into the ground, and just lots of ideas for what I want to try this year. A lot of new things out there. So I'm looking forward to, once I finish up this video, I get to go outside and start filming some of that, and that'll be another video. So go ahead and subscribe, and that way you can be notified once the videos come out with my farm for last year and all my progress for this year. But yeah, with my YouTube, over April, I have grown to 75 subscribers. I think I'm at 83 videos, which includes a lot of shorts. I did a live stream, and I did a lot of clips from that while I was traveling to South Carolina over the last week. So that kind of bumped that number up a little bit with some clips, all pointing back to that live stream. I really enjoyed doing that live stream. That was kind of a learning experience, doing that with just my phone, and just filming it, trying to follow the chat on the phone while I'm filming, and maintaining the cooking so I'm not burning everything. Not a great cook. I'm learning this as I go, but if I'm going to be a gardener and have all these great harvests, I need to figure out how to cook them so I can eat them. So I'm going to share that in live streams. Not sure how often those will happen. I tried doing a quiz on one of the clips that I did, one of the shorts that came out this last few days. I tried putting the quiz on there, but I didn't see it when I went online, so I'm not sure how quizzes work for shorts. But just checking for good times. So if you're watching this and there's a best time for you to watch a live stream, let me know that in the comments. I'm thinking probably evenings, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometime in there, or just whenever I have something good, straight from the garden to the kitchen, and share me trying to learn how to cook it right away. So yeah, lots going on with the garden. With the YouTube, yeah, back to the YouTube, up to 75 subscribers, which is amazing. That was a big milestone for me for this month. I'm trying to do that doubling every month. So my goal for April was actually only 48 subscribers. So I shot way past that. So I'm trying to double every month. So for May, it's 96. So I only need 21 more subscribers to reach that goal for May. So if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, help me reach that goal. That's a much bigger jump because I'm doubling every month. It feels like, 24, yeah, I can do that in a month. I mean, there's 30 days in April, like I only need like one a day and I'm solid. Getting 48 in a month, now I'm at the point that, hey, I need to get like multiples per day, and that's a little bit more scary. But I think the channel is starting to catch on a little bit, kind of narrow the focus to the gardening. So I think that's helping the algorithm find the right viewers for some of my content. I've been talking with a lot of friends and family, and they've been sharing it out with other folks. My sister, when I was in South Carolina, I gave her a tripod and my previous clip-on microphone. I had like a Bauer one that I got from Best Buy. And when I was in Best Buy in South Carolina, we were in Charlotte with my daughter for her birthday, and I saw the DJI Mic Mini was on sale for like $20 off. So I had to get one of those, and I gave my sister my first one. So now she has a microphone in the stand. So hopefully we can pick back up with the podcast. I've been watching the stats on that, and since it's been over 4 weeks, it kind of defaults to the last 28 days. So I've been watching those numbers dwindle down to almost nothing now because it's older content. So there's been a few views for it, but a lot of people aren't going back watching those podcasts because I haven't really put it out there in anything other than YouTube at this point. Still trying to get our feet wet and get experience with doing it, learn how to make it where it's worth watching, and figure out our content and how we want to handle guests and all those details for trying to start a podcast. But it's a fun thing I'm doing with my sister. No pressure. Life gets in the way. She's had a lot of stuff going on over the last month, so we just haven't found the time to do it on the weekends. So with that said, hopefully we have a podcast. I need to reach out to her and see if we have a good time to do that this weekend. If not, maybe we just have a phone call and we can just kind of do a little practice and help her get set up with her new equipment. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, live streams, podcasts, all the shorts, the clipping things. One of the things I really want to do for May to improve my channel is to try to do all the things that the gurus for YouTube tell you to do. Have the thumbnail, have the title, the things that get people to actually click on your video, have that hook at the beginning, fulfill that promise in the first 30 seconds that this is something they want to watch, and then have kind of the hooks and, share things along the way so that I get the retention throughout the whole video. And then have that next video, that call of action at the end so that, it brings them into the next video. So I'm trying to get better at that. A lot of my stuff has been kind of ad hoc. I'm getting comfortable with the camera, speaking to my viewers, but I haven't really been making my videos in a way that they're kind of mainstream for YouTube to put out to everybody. So I think that's kind of stalled my growth at this point. So I need to work on those skills for May. So that's kind of my goal, is to focus on building those new skills to make my content something that's, something the algorithm can find my viewers. And, it's not fighting the algorithm. It's trying to figure out how to make that work for me. So that's one of my goals for YouTube over the next month is, try to reach that 96 subscribers by the end of the month, and just get better at making videos. Every video improve something. You improve 1% every time. I'm at 83 videos at this point. I don't know if I've improved 83% from the beginning, but hopefully it's coming along, and my viewers can see that I am improving, or at least try my best to improve, sharing some of those mistakes I've been making along the way as well. All right. Yeah, still doing lots of ums. So, not really sure how I want to end this. For May, I'm going to continue the same kind of things I've been doing. I'll make my spreadsheet and I'll share my progress at the end of the month. Please go ahead and like, subscribe, all the stuff. Have the notifications on so that when I put a video out. For some of the shorts, some of the advice there was to not have it to where you automatically get notified. So if you're not seeing notifications for the shorts, that's me kind of testing out some of the guidance for how to do YouTube. Because for the shorts, if it goes into shorts feed first, you have a chance of it hitting kind of a broad audience, getting a lot of new viewers. If you have it to where your subscribers are notified first, then if your subscribers don't watch it right away, the algorithm doesn't know if it's a good video or not, so it doesn't push it out to the shorts feed as quickly. So playing around with some of that. I think some of them I'll probably have notifications on, some I won't. Just depends on what the short is. But just trying to gather data from each of the videos that I'm putting out to see what works, what doesn't, where I can make improvements. So just wanted to share that little lesson that I've been learning about how YouTube works, or how people think it works at least. Let's see, is there anything new for May? I don't know if I want to go into the business side and include this in there, but yeah, business side, I did go ahead and sign up with an accountant to help me with the taxes, the bookkeeping, and all that for the business side of growing my channel and my LLC. So just trying to learn how all that works. I'm already, 3 months into the year, so taxes are a concern, especially because LLCs should regularly do those quarterly. And since I haven't made any profit at all yet, it's all kind of investing in my future, whatever money I have that I can kind of put into trying to grow the channel. So yeah, if you want to buy me a coffee, I'm still waiting for that first penny for the channel. Yeah, no pressure, but yeah, that's just a fun thing. I've been putting in a few videos, and just it would be amazing just to see some profit. I'm also wanting to try some stuff with the marketplace. Like I mentioned, I have the LLC, the evergreengrowthjourney.com site set up. So I'm hoping to put a marketplace on there and be able to offer at least a free product, start collecting emails that I can do newsletters, and just have some outreach outside of YouTube, just to kind of grow the whole community. I'm going to try to start putting posts there as well. I've started using the post a little bit more with YouTube, but hopefully I can also do that on my, my official business.com on my site. So yeah, lots going on, constantly busy, never getting everything done. But like I've always said, you can do anything, but you can't do everything. So you have to decide what's important to you at the moment, and just prioritize it. Find the time for those things. If you start feeling burnout, overwhelmed, pull back a little bit, refocus, find what really matters to you at the moment, and work on those. I've got all these monthly resolutions, but there's no downside to me not doing it. It's more just me pushing myself to do these things. It's not a life-threatening end of the world. If I don't do this, I have no income. I don't have health issues, hopefully, or anything like that that's pushing me to do these resolutions. This is just, self-motivated, trying to learn things. I know it's things I'm going to need as I change careers and become a farmer in some cases. Some things it's just interest. But it's all just trying to make the most of every day. Still got my countdown. I'm at like 930 or so days till retirement. So trying to make every day count. Yeah, go ahead and like, subscribe. I'll leave a good video and a playlist for you to watch after this one. So click on those and just continue watching the content and let me know what you think. All right, well, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.